If you've ever wanted to know what are core personal values and how can you use them to make better decisions and live a better life, then this video is for you. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Attracta, and on this channel I share all kinds of personal development tools and information that will help you reach your goals and live a better life. So what are core personal values? Core personal values are just the aspects of life, the parts of life that are most important to you, that really guide how you make your decisions. It's important to say two things at the start of this particular exercise. There is no such thing as the right and wrong value. Now, with certain caveats, you don't want to go around hurting people and, causing pain everywhere you go, but will be that sort of temptation to have the values that your parents had, or that your friends have, or that you feel like society is pushing you to have. But before you begin this exercise, really try and let go of all of that and just accept that there's no right and wrong answer, there's no good and bad here. So just really open your mind while you're doing this exercise. And the second important thing to say is that if you do get an answer, that surprises you, that you think, oh gosh, that's not really what I thought was most important to me, that's okay, because you're a human being and you're evolving. And at one part of your life, security might be the most important thing to you, so you might be kind of focused on your finances. In another part of your life, your health might be most important to you, so you're going to be focused on what you're eating and your levels of activity and that kind of thing. To make this process of putting together your potential core personal values list a little bit easier, I'm going to give you 3 options of how to make that longer list. The first one is to use a predetermined list of core personal values. This is used often in the personal development world because it really is just more time efficient. And if you use these sort of more universal values like security, for example, you really can apply that to your own situation and your own life quite easily. So it's a good method to use, I think, but because it's not incredibly tailored to that individual in terms of the words used, I actually quite prefer options 2 and 3 that I'm going to share with you. So option 2, a bit more of a creative process. You take a blank piece of paper and put a timer on for 1 minute, 2 minutes, and do a bit of a brain dump about, things that you care about, things that get you out of bed in the morning, things that are important to you. And that exercise really then gives you a huge range of words, maybe 10, maybe 7, maybe 20, that you can then go through and kind of investigate what's the feeling that I'm really chasing, or the outcome that I'm chasing when I use this word to say, this is important to me. One kind of example of a word that could come out in a type of brain dump exercise like that is, like we described earlier, travel. If travel is important to you, that is completely something that a lot of people will put on their list, but each person might be kind of chasing something different. You might be looking for variety, or you could be looking for adventure. You could be looking for that sense of freedom that you get when you jump into your car or onto a plane. So really, this list is really just to tease out of you what's actually the feeling and the outcome that you're chasing with the things that you choose to invest your time in. Option number 3 is very evidence-based. It's a bit more structured. It is a set of 13 questions developed by Dr. John De Martini, a personal development expert who's been around quite a while, that will help you determine, what values are you currently living your life by. The questions go something like, what 3 things are most in your environment? What 3 things do you spend most of your time on? What 3 things do you think about the most, spend most of your money on? What 3 qualities do you admire most in other people? So these are the kinds of questions that are used to determine what values do you actually live your life by right now. I'm going to provide a link where you can grab some worksheets to do these exercises. I'm also going to provide the information, the list of values, the 13 questions by Dr. John De Martini. All of that information, I'm going to put it in the description, so you don't have to go off and Google and try to find this stuff yourself. So let's do a little wrap up of step 1 before moving on to step 2. The aim of step 1, of course, is to compile that longer list of potential core personal values. So in step 1, you have used either option 1, 2, or 3, so the predetermined list, the list that you came up with yourself based on words and things that are important to you, or you use option 3, the 13 questions by Dr. John De Martini. And now you have a sort of long list of values, things, feelings that you are chasing when you invest your time in particular things. Step 2 is probably the easiest step in this whole exercise. All you have to do in this step is put together the words from your list, your long list of potential core personal values that mean similar things, that evoke a similar feeling in you, that you think you're going after the same thing when you're going after each of these. So for example, you might have in your list of potential core personal values things like love, connection, intimacy, family, words that are kind of related to each other. And what you can do is find those words and ask yourself, am I trying to achieve the same thing when I put down all of these words? And if the answer is yes, you can group those together and pick the best word that actually captures the meaning of what you're trying to have with those core personal values. Step 3 takes it a little bit further, takes those words, so the names of those groups, and describes it. So this is a very important step that you shouldn't miss out, because people mean different things when they use the same words. When I say something like, I'll say security, it might mean something different to me than what it means to you. Security might mean to me that I want to have enough money in the bank to deal with any emergency. Security to you might mean that you have, picked a place to live and you've got a certain level of stability in your friend group and you have that sort of consistency in your life. That might be what security means to you. So it's really important for you to write down those words and define what they mean to you and you alone. We are in the home stretch, folks. Step 4 of the core personal values exercise. Well done on getting here. At this point, I do encourage you to get the worksheets at the link below, because there is a very helpful sheet that you can use to help you with this ranking exercise in that pack. I'm going to switch now to screen sharing, because I think that this is a much easier way to describe to you how this ranking process works.
Okay, so here we are in screen share mode, and what I've got right here in front of me on the right is the worksheet that I've put together to help you rank your personal values. You can complete it on your computer, or you can print it out as many times as you want at home. You can get access to it in the link in the description. So without further ado, what I have in front of me, these words: financial security, alignment, creativity, fascination, togetherness, and freedom. These are my own core personal values. I haven't put them in any particular order just yet, but these are my top 6 core personal values, having done this exercise before. So I'm going to show you practically how using this worksheet works so that you can use it for yourself to rank your core personal values. Alright, so this is a very instinctive exercise. That's the first important thing to say. Don't overthink it. And the second thing to say is that these words have a certain meaning to me that I gave to them during the third step of the core personal values exercise. And that's worth noting because the words probably don't mean the same thing to you as they mean to me. So this isn't really a guide as to what should be important to anybody. This is just the result of my own exercise. So let's get started. Financial security or alignment? Probably alignment. Financial security or creativity? Financial security. Financial security or fascination? Fascination. Financial security or togetherness? Oh, that's really hard. Togetherness. Financial security or freedom? Freedom. So what we can see here is that financial security got 1, alignment got 1, creativity got none, fascination got 1, togetherness got 1, and freedom got 1. Okay, let's clean away all of these ticks and move on to the next value. So I'm going to remove financial security from here. And now we're going to look at alignment specifically. So alignment goes here, and financial security goes here. So what's important to say at this point is that don't try too hard to be completely consistent in the answers that you give. It's not a test, it's supposed to be an instinctive kind of exercise. So now we're in a position where we can actually add up everything and figure out our ranking. So that shows you how you can rank your core personal values from the most important downwards.
We finished the exercise. I really hope that you got some value from this and that you got some information that will really help you make easier decisions in the future. This exercise has helped me choose between jobs, decide what to do for the summer. I really think it's a gem, and I think everybody should do it before they set a goal or make any big decisions. And if you want to hear more from me and hear more personal development exercises, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm, it really helps the videos get found so that more people can learn from them. And if you would like to get some weekly updates on personal development, not just core personal values, but everything from goal setting to gratitude and journaling, please hit the link in the description and sign up to my newsletter. So until next time, I really hope that you continue to try to grow and have a great life for yourself. Catch you next time.